Hi, everybody. I'm Serena Myers. This is actually my first Facebook Live, so hopefully I've got this figured out. I don't know how it's going to show up with people messaging or whatever. I don't even know if anybody's out here yet. So anyhow, I did a video yesterday that was for a contest entry for Chantel Adams' event Shine Life that's happening in Kelowna. And I sort of wanted to expand a little bit because it's a contest entry. You got to cram everything in and whatever. And authenticity is actually a theme that's really, really important for me. If you follow Danielle Laporte and the concept of the core desired feelings, authenticity is my number one. So I wanted to kind of elaborate a little bit more about authenticity and what it means to me and how I incorporate it into my business and how it's been really, really good for me actually. Because I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going to start. So I'm just going to kind of dial it back. I sort of riff and kind of go off script because I don't play by rules very well. So for me, authenticity is about showing up exactly as you are and not pretending to be anything that you're not. So in my video, I talked about not just having to be on your best behavior and not just having to add any polish or sheen, but I think it goes a lot further than that. So with the entrepreneurial journey in particular, you often hear about these people that are like overnight successes. And there's no such thing. There's no such thing. Every overnight success probably has, years of hard work that has happened behind the scenes. It's just been transparent to you. And, I run in a lot of entrepreneurial circles online, and everybody is talking about their six-figure months and their big launches and how much they made or what their clients have achieved or whatever. And anecdotes are they're a great marketing tool. So that stuff has its place. Don't get me wrong. But you can imagine if you're a new entrepreneur and you're new to these kind of circles, you're looking at this and you're in a place that I lovingly refer to as the shits. So you're having a hard time, you're struggling, things maybe didn't happen as easily as you were expecting or whatever. So you're in this place where you're feeling super, super crummy and you're hearing about all these people's successes. That really compounds how crummy you're going to feel because you feel very alone. And what I do with my business is I'm very transparent. I don't have six-figure months yet. That's just not where I'm at in my business. I've been building very organically. I only officially started my branding business last October, and it's only, June now? So what is that, 7-8 months? This is something I've been in the industry for 11 years, and I did projects for friends and family, but I didn't officially go into business in October. And even then, I'll be honest, I did it really half-assed because there was other stuff that I wanted to do. And so when I'm with those people. When I have a good month, I'm like, hey, blah, 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 this is my best month ever, and blah, blah, blah. I try not to be specific about the numbers, not because I'm not being authentic or transparent, but because some of my months will be better than other people's, and there is no point in rubbing it in whenever they're having a hard time. But I'm also super, super open about my struggles, about the things that trigger me, because there is nothing quite like the entrepreneurial journey to really bring out your crap. All the stuff that you're maybe not looking at, it will all come out if you decide to be an entrepreneur. And I do it a little bit in posts, but for the most part, I do it in my blog, and I feel like that's sort of a safe space where I can just go and be myself and talk about the journey. And the reason I think that's really important is because it normalizes the hard times. It acknowledges that it's not always the best. And being an entrepreneur is great. I don't have anybody but myself to answer to. I get to choose who I work with and what projects I work on. Like, this is a very, very, very freeing. Empowerment is one of my other core desired feelings. So to be able to have that and authenticity in there, entrepreneurship lends itself really beautifully to that. But sometimes it's also really hard. I put together a retreat that was supposed to go on, I guess this weekend, I don't even know anymore. And I had to cancel it. And I wrote about it in my blog. I talked about failing gracefully, and a lot of people were really triggered by my use of the word failing, I think because of what it means to them. And they tried to make me feel better about it. They were like, oh, it's not failing, you still learned something, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, if you don't know me already, I am very much tells it like it is. So here's the deal. I set out to put on a retreat. I set out to make money with that retreat. I did not put on a retreat. I lost money on it. Therefore, I failed. Now, I'm okay with that because failure is not really a triggering word for me. I've got all other kinds of baggage in my sort of arsenal of stuff to work through in this lifetime, but like, you know, other people, it was just really, really hard for them to digest. And so they would try to make me feel better. But trying to make me feel better about an experience that I don't feel bad about in the first place is really, really disempowering. So it's very important that you're kind of honoring people where they're at instead of making assumptions or projecting your own stuff onto them and onto their journey. Because we're all getting, oh, apparently I cut out, but I think I'm back now. I don't know. It's my first Facebook Live. I don't know what's going on. Anyhow, so I guess what I'm trying to say, because not everybody's going to do this, I'm going to tell you, like, it takes, and this is not to toot my own horn, but it takes a bit of guts to go balls out and really go for what you want and really express yourself and put yourself out in the world. Because to be transparent and to share your struggles in particular is, it's a very vulnerable experience. And so you need to be in a pretty solid place with yourself to be able to do that comfortably. It's the same thing. I mean, my corporate life led to a complete burnout. Like, I had a mental breakdown, like literally clinically. I ended up with anxiety that was very debilitating that I had to leave my job because of. And I mostly in my other company, I talk about that struggle of my mental health recovery and whatnot, but it's all these things where we're just so busy looking at other people's highlight reel, especially in social media, because nobody ever shares the shits in social media. They all kind of sugarcoat how fantastic things are going, or they only share the good stuff. And it just ends up making it so that the hard times, which are, let's be honest, a part of life, are not normal, but they are. So I feel like we need to just start having these conversations. We need to be authentic. We need to be true. We need to be transparent. And we need to share where we're actually at instead of faking it for, I don't even know who we were faking it for. It's exhausting to try to keep up pretense when we can just be ourselves. And when you're yourself, you inspire others. When you're yourself, you are free. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to censor yourself. You don't have to, it really takes you out of your head because you get to just say and do and feel and be exactly what you want in this moment. And that's what we should be doing anyway. So I'm sure there will be other rants and discussions around authenticity because this is sort of a big deal for me. But this is it for now. So just a little quick kind of plug. I hate to be cheesy about it, but I only have until Wednesday to get enough votes to rock the stage talking about authenticity at Shine Live. So if you could take a peek at my pro page and scooch on to the pin post, which has my video contest entry. As always, I have a cat who's trying to interrupt my video. Yeah, and if you could like it or comment and share, that would be fantastic. You would help me out. But if not, let's just start a dialogue in the comment box. Let's talk about authenticity. What holds you back? What are you afraid of? Why don't you shine your light so bright? Or are you shining your light so bright? And how did you get there? What did you do to start showing up in your life exactly as you are instead of having to fake it for whoever's benefit? I think the discussion is important, so let's do it. Let's have it in the comments. Like, comment, and share on my pinned post about Shine. And let's just keep having an authentic experience together. Thanks for watching.